Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Seed Giver Podcast. My name is Warren and I am your host. Today is Friday. Yes, it is Friday, October the 4th, 2024. Um, Hope you guys have had a good week so far. We finally made it to the weekend. I hope you have something fun planned for this weekend. Um, I don't have anything planned right now, but you know, that remains to be seen. My wife hadn't gotten up yet, so I'm sure I'll have something between her and the kids. I have something going on. Well, from the title, you can see that we are going to be talking about mental health in the Black community today and some of the stigmas involved and the role of the church in providing support. I had a family friend and fellow worshiper, church member, I should say, that lost a pet this week. And they've had this pet for, um, if I remember correctly, I think about 16 years. So, depending on how you feel about animals or whatever, some of them are just like, you know, real life human family members, children, or whatever. And to lose one after such a long time can be devastating. I remember a couple of months ago, our dog went missing for a while. It was only about 24, 36 hours, something like that. But it took my family through a gambit of emotions, myself included. And, it was a point of, how do you deal with this? If the dog never came back or, got killed or, whatever the case may be, how do you deal with that? And I know um, in our community, the Black community, mental health is a touchy situation. We tend to forego going to get any type of professional help, any kind of counseling or whatever. We've been a group of people who tend to just kind of take care of our own. We deal with it in the way that we know how to deal with it most time internally or within the family or household or however the case may be. And that's just the way we've always done it. Um, but in hindsight, it would have been so much better when we deal with certain types of things to have a professional to help us work through these things that we're going through, especially when it comes to death or something along that reign. Now, with the person that lost her pet, my son and I went over because she's going to bury it in her backyard. So we went over and we dug a grave for it and, just out there, just being kind to help. That was the best way we knew how to support her with this. Now, I must say, as a caveat, man, it was hot out there. The ground was kind of tough. It was hard ground, had a lot of roots, in the exact spot where she wanted it dug. We had a bunch of gnats out there that was just creating havoc. It was crazy. And I was like, whoa, what did I get myself into? But the overall thing is the point I wanted to make is that we need to start supporting each other more. That's one of the roles of the church is to provide support not only for the members but for the community. Um, and a lot of times we forego that. We we start to internalize, especially in church. If you're not a member of our church, then there's not, I'm not saying there's nothing we can do for you, but it's very limited in what we do. And I just think we just need to start expanding on that a little bit more, providing counseling, community counseling. Um, One thing I've learned is that in all of the things that you've gone through in your life, the things that you've dealt with, the issues, the problems, and whatever, a lot of times it wasn't. necessarily because of anything that you did, but it was so that you can help someone else down the line. You can't help someone in grieving if you've never lost. Um, you can't help somebody with financial irresponsibility if you've never been financially irresponsible. You can't help an alcoholic if you've never dealt with any kind of alcoholic addiction or any other type of addiction. My tongue tied this morning. Any other type of addiction. So we have a large group of people that have gone through several different things in their lives, and it used to be a thing in church a lot, called testimony service, and we benefit from these testimonies because we can say, hey, you know Sister Mary over there, she had an issue with, whatever the case may be, and this is how she overcame. And this is the things that we need to do. These are the things that we need to share when I talk about counseling. How can you help somebody if you've never gone through anything? Yeah, you get a lot of book knowledge, and I'm not knocking, any of you counselors out there or psychiatrists or uh, psychologists, either one. But mental health is a real thing. It's a real thing, and it's a thing that affects, a lot more people than we know. It affects almost just about everybody. We've all had some issues that, we're dealing with, whether it be SA or um, any of those other things, domestic violence, any of those kind of things like that. And we need someone to let them know that, hey, I understand what's going on. I've been there too. And let me show you how I was able to overcome that, or I was able to cope with this, or I was able to, whatever the case may be. Sometimes people just need to know that, hey, I'm not the only one that this has happened to or is happening to. And they just need answers. They need answers on how to get beyond this or how to deal with this thing. A lot of times people come in and, especially in the church, and they get told what their issues are. And, a lot of times people might be saying, hey, I was with myself when this thing happened, so I know what my issue is. I need to know how to get it fixed. I need some answers. I need some resolutions. I need somebody to tell me, hey, if this has ever happened to somebody, how did you get through this thing? So that's what I think we need to step up a little bit more. And this is what we can do with community engagement is offer these type of service. Like I said before, we have so many different people from so many backgrounds and whatnot in the church. And if we would to just pool these resources together and be honest about the things that we have dealt with and are dealing with, you can come back, if we do have somebody in the community that says, hey, I've been to jail and I'm a felon now, and um, it's hard for me to get a job. Well, brother Jim over there, he's got, a felony, and, he's working, XYZ job, and he can tell you, different programs or how to get past that stigma and whatever. So there's a lot of different things that we can do to help the community, and it all deals with how we deal with this mental health thing, because believe it or not, when you go through these things, it can be very depressing. It can get you down, get you frustrated. It affects your family life. It affects your work life. It affects everything. I mean, just every part of your life, this thing will affect. So just be mindful of these things. It's just a thought. Just a thought. If we can come together as a community and start providing some solutions for people, I think we would be a much better people. It would help out a lot, and it'll make for a better society. Well, that's all I had for this morning. Right now, just wanted to talk a little bit about that and how you know mental health can be um, resolved, per se, or at least dealt with this morning. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday. I hope you had a good week. If you liked anything I said, please like and share. Consider subscribing. We're trying to get this channel going to talk about things that matter most to you. If you have any topics that you'd like to discuss or have me get on here and talk about, please feel free to put them in the comments. If you'd like to be a guest, I'm more than happy to do that as well. I'm looking for some co-hosts to come on from time to time, and we sit down and discuss some matters and content or whatever. So once again, if you liked anything I said here today or in the past, please consider liking the video, sharing it, subscribing, letting the video run. It helps with the algorithms and whatever to get this out there to more people. And then finally, once again, if you have any comments or any topics, I should say, that you would like to um, discuss or have me speak on, please feel free to do so. Once again, you guys have a great and wonderful rest of your day. I hope your weekend is blessed. And that's it. You guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye.